Welcome back to my channel, guys. I know it has been quite a while, but I am back with one of my favorite recipes. It's my cheesy shrimp and grits, so let's get started. Alright, so these are my ingredients. I have some chicken broth, some raw shrimp, a little bit of tomato paste, butter, heavy whipping cream, grits. I did turkey and andouille sausage. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And I have some shredded cheddar cheese. Alright, now I'm seasoning my shrimp with some Lorry, some black pepper. I'm also using garlic powder, a little bit of parsley, and I'm just going to go ahead and stir that all together until it's well mixed. And sometimes I marinate it and let it sit, and then other days I don't. It just depends on time. So now I'm making the water for my grits. I like to add a little bit of chicken broth in there. It adds a little bit of flavor. So while that's boiling, I have some olive oil that I'm heating in the pan. This is for my shrimp. I'm now placing my shrimp into the pan. Don't worry, I washed my hands. I know how you guys can get in the comments, but relax. I have to eat this, not you. Now I'm letting my shrimp cook. I typically let them cook about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Now that my water and chicken broth has been boiling, I am now adding a little bit of heavy cream, and then I add my grits in just a little bit at a time, and I stir. That way everything goes in good and it's not bulky or lumped up. So as that's coming to a boil, I go ahead and just keep an eye on it and let it stir. Cover it and let that simmer. I also add a little bit of butter. So now I'm just turning my shrimp over and making sure everything looks good. They look about done, so I'm gonna go ahead and take those out. Now I have cleaned and sanitized my pan from the shrimp, and I'm now adding in my turkey sausage. I like to use the smoked turkey sausage. If you want to know the exact brand, I'll go ahead and list it below. So while that's cooking, I see now that my grits are to my liking, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add in the cheddar cheese. And I'm gonna stir that in. I also added a little bit of Lorry's and black pepper and just a hint of garlic powder in there to my taste. And I went back and added a little bit of extra cheese just to give it more of the texture that I wanted. And now that it's to my liking, I'm gonna go ahead and set that aside. I'm just flipping these over. Really, these already come smoked, so you're really just browning them. I took them out and I used the same makings from the sausage, and I added in the minced garlic and now butter until it's fragrant. I'm gonna also add in my tomato paste at this moment, and this is all the base for the Cajun cream like sauce for the grits and the shrimp. I'm gonna go ahead and stir that up, and then once that is to my liking, I'm gonna go ahead and add in the chicken broth. I'm adding in a little bit more. How much you add is really up to you. I just like my base to be chicken broth so that the sauce is not too thick. So I'm going to go ahead and keep an eye on that and bring that to a boil. As it relates to the grits, I really like my grits not to be gritty. I like them to be very smooth and translucent. So that's why I'm so picky about them. Okay, I'm bringing this to a boil. I'm now adding in my heavy cream. I know it's speeding up a bit, but after that I add my seasonings, which you can see. The same thing, Lorry's black pepper and garlic powder. So I'm gonna let that simmer for a while just to let it thicken just a tad bit and just let all that flavor soak in. I'm stirring, stirring, stirring. And I'm gonna go and add a little bit of butter, and once that's done, I went back and added some red pepper flakes as well as my favorite, parsley. Parsley makes everything just look better, you know? So now that that's in, I'm actually going to stir it up a little bit more, let it simmer for a while, and then I'm just gonna taste it to see what else I need to add. I felt like I wanted to add a little bit more heavy cream, a little bit more butter, and a little bit more tomato paste. So that's what I did, and now I'm liking it, and it's to my liking. So everything's finished, and it's time to plate. So this is the plate that I made, and you can also see a glimpse of how I do my things on Instagram, and this is the finished product. Oh my God, guys, these shrimp and grits are so good. You guys are going to love them. Thanks for watching. And if you decide to make this yourself, be sure to tag me. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.